The big game has arrived. Brady, Wilson, Patriots, Seahawks. It's Super Bowl 49. But all those NFL superstars, they were once college stars. And before that, they were high school recruits. What was that like? Hello and welcome to our Campus Insider Studios. I'm Shae Peppler, and to discuss the guys playing on Sunday back when they were heading off to college is our recruiting analyst Allen Trieu from Scout.com. And Allen, let's start with Tom Brady, who was a high school senior in 1995. The top quarterbacks in that class were Tim Couch, who went on to Kentucky, and Earl Hannaford, who went on to play at Indiana. Brady wasn't at the top of anyone's list. He obviously went on to play at Michigan. What do you remember from his recruiting days?
Well, very little. I was about 9 years old when he got recruited, but I did have a chance to see his high school tape and go back and review some of his recruitment. And Tom was, he, by today's standards, probably wouldn't have been a five-star guy, but he was fairly highly recruited, highly regarded, had a good senior year. Obviously, Michigan came out all the way to the West Coast to get him, but I don't think at the time anybody could have predicted the success he went on to. And actually at Michigan, he ended up being a sixth-round pick. So Tom's been a little bit of an underdog all the way through until he got to the Pats.
Gotta love that. On the other side, you've got Russell Wilson. When he was being recruited, the top quarterbacks were Tyrod Taylor, who went on to Va Tech, and Cam Newton, who of course played at Auburn. Wilson went on to play at NC State, then Wisconsin. How was his recruitment different?
Now, he was the ultimate underdog, but his recruitment was affected. A lot of people think he was under-recruited just because of his height. That was a piece of it, but he threw for a lot of yards, ran for a lot of yards in high school. But the fact that he was such a good baseball player, and a lot of schools thought he might be going to the majors, that affected his recruitment as well. He ended up with only 2 scholarship offers, NC State and Duke. So Russell, by any system, offers, rankings, stars, anything, he was a surprise. He was an underdog.
Yeah, so both of these guys were under the radar. Can you give me an under-the-radar player in this year's recruiting class that could go on to be great?
Well, why don't we stick with the quarterbacks? I really like Demaree Croft, who's committed to Minnesota. 6'5" kid, a little bit skinny, so some schools passed on him last year, filled out more this year, had an outstanding senior year, won the offensive MVP at the OD Bowl this year, and I think he's going to have a great career with the Gophers.
People are saying that there are no 5-star players playing in this year's Super Bowl, but that is wrong, Allen. What about Seahawks linebacker Bruce Irvin? What can you say about him?
He was a JUCO recruit and a 5-star coming out of his junior college on Scout. So there was a 5-star starting in the game. A couple other guys. Marshawn Lynch was a 4-star. So there are some guys who were highly ranked out of high school. Interesting note, too, there, though. There are almost as many undrafted free agents starting in the Super Bowl as first-round picks. So a lot of these guys just happen to be sleepers.
Love that. Quickly, Allen, who are you taking? Seahawks, Patriots?
I'm going with the Pats. Hard to bet against Brady and Belichick.
I'm with you 100%. Allen Trieu, thanks so much for the insight. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shae.
Well, National Signing Day is Wednesday, February 4th. Be sure to stick with Campus Insiders for the latest all day long right here, CampusInsiders.com.